Coach, you talked about moving forward and taking steps with AC out.
Yeah.
That's number one. What do you feel your team improved in that moving forward?
There are times that I thought we had tremendous fight. We wanted to not turn the ball over. We did that. We wanted to stay close rebounding. We lost the rebounding battle by 1 and had 18 offensive rebounds. So there's some things there that showed that we're fighting. Texas is really good, and every time we made a mistake, they capitalized on it. We also have got to take advantage of those second chance opportunities. We rebounded it, but then didn't convert those points. Even though we only had 11 turnovers, I think Texas scored on every single one of them that we had. And so when you're just playing someone who's that good in so many different areas, you can't make those types of mistakes. Texas is deliberate on offense. They're stingy on defense, and they don't beat themselves. And so we've got to continue to teach it, show it, watch it, and the ball's got to go in the hole. You know, I thought we had some good looks tonight that didn't go in, and then I thought we forced some things. But we've got to continue to figure out how to be creative in how we're going to score and continue to still have the fight that we have.
Lauren Ware talked about just had that balance between being aggressive, but also she got in foul trouble early. Just what do you think is key for her moving forward, especially with such a short bench?
Well, I think she knows how important it is that she's on the floor. She's not someone who is constantly in foul trouble. If this is something that becomes a trend and we'll spend more time worrying about it, I think that she's been a low post presence for us. I think she's had the right mentality and the right mindset. So, and she's someone who, if push came to shove, I would trust playing with 3 fouls. Hopefully, again, we're not in that position a lot. We haven't been in that position with her. So we're not going to spend a ton of time, worrying about it until that becomes a habit. Yeah.
Early in the game, that their press caused some chaos. Where did you think that chaos came from, and
Yeah.
what kind of eased things out in the second half that you were able to overcome that?
Well, actually, we got it straightened up in the end of the first, going into the second. So with AC out, everybody has shifted. So now Lauren's the 4, Sahara's the 3. Normally Sahara's the 4, and Sahara takes the ball out. And this was Lauren's first time taking it out against pressure since AC's been out. And so she was a bit rushed in that position, I thought. And so we just made the switch and put Lauren in Sahara's spot and had Sahara take the ball out. And then we got ourselves settled a little bit better.
The fact that you guys are as short-handed, I'm back here, sorry. Did that give you a little extra, I guess, positivity to respond the way you did in the second half, knowing that, they're playing longer and obviously they're pressing too on defense?
Well, I think that would be disappointing if they didn't, do that. Regardless of us being shorthanded, tired, whatever, foul trouble, if you don't show up in this league every single day with a tremendous amount of fight, you don't give yourself a chance. So, am I happy they did that? Sure, but that is also kind of like the expectation.
Right.
I guess you had to play some zone because you're limited bench, obviously.
Yeah.
How much extra does that make it harder to defend a team like Texas that has so many scores?
It's not ideal for us to play zone. We're not a zone team. It's something that we've used here and there, and so you're playing something that you don't have as much confidence in, work in as your man. But it was going to give us the best chance. And I thought there were times where we did a good job of taking away some things for them and forced them into some late shot clock situations, and then we don't get a rebound, right? Or we foul when they get to the rim. As the game went on, you could tell Texas got more comfortable in our zone. Sometimes we shifted and moved and bumped, and sometimes we didn't. But again, every time we didn't do that, they find the right person, they make the right play, they make the right pass, and capitalize on it.
You seem to get the ball inside in the second half a lot
Yeah.
more. Did you do that? Did you tweak something or just make an effort to get it inside?
We tweaked it a little bit. I'm not going to say what that is, but we did make a little tweak that worked out in our favor in terms of being able to get the ball inside.
Now you're having to coach without your best guard.
Yeah.
And Schaefer has 2 all-conference types. As a former player, how big a luxury is that when you have basically 2 point guards running the ball in the same court?
Oh, it's great. It relieves pressure. You got multiple people who can handle the basketball and run your team and run the show for you. Madison's, experience at the point last year when Rory went out was huge for them. And obviously, Rory does a great job of managing the game, dictating pace, dictating tempo. He's got a great team, and obviously, Rory and Madison get a lot of the talk, as they should, but he's got tons of talent over there.
Joni, Lauren talked about you have to be smart against going up against, you know, Taylor and Kyla out there, but you still
Yeah.
gotta be aggressive and all that. How do you think they did? Because it didn't look like you guys backed away from anything out there.
Yeah, no, I thought that they battled. It was a fight down there. I thought they battled. I think you know, there was times that the call went our way, sometimes it went their way, but I was proud of their fight. I thought they did a really good job of being aggressive, owning the paint. They made some plays in the paint, and we made some plays in the paint.
Unfortunately, having experience playing with injuries last season and earlier this year, how have you seen the team handling it this year?
I think obviously everyone is sad for AC, right? So being sad and heartbroken for AC is different than like feeling sorry for ourselves. Like I don't think we have any of that in us. We know there's some things we've got to figure out. We know that we've got to show up every single day and be locked in, and it's going to take all of us. But we're not walking around like, woe is me, because we know nobody else is. And I think that is what being down early in the season, some of those players who were here last year being down, even going back to year one when we had 7 for most of the year, Jada and Sahara can call on that experience, you know. So I think that they understand the situation we're in, and it's going to just take, again, everyone continuing to figure it out, stay positive, and trust the process.
I know you played I'm sorry.
Joni, you're obviously familiar with Madison.
Yeah.
How much has she kind of grown in these past couple of years for as long as you've known her?
Well, number one, you know, shout out to our Mississippi Queen, Madison Booker. I've known her for a long time, watched her for a really long time, and then had the chance to coach her with USA Basketball with the U19 team. I think that she just continues, like you look at her body, she came back in tremendous shape. Not that she was out of shape last year, but her body looks great. She knows now she's not a secret to anyone, and she still has the ability to show up almost every single night and get to her spots. And she doesn't get rushed. She knows exactly where she wants to get to. She's got a great presence about her. So it's just been fun to watch her, and just she's going to be, already is, but going to be one of the great leaders of our game.
I was gonna ask you about, you had played South Carolina and LSU both on the road. And
Yeah.
so you played LSU tough. Is Texas on a level with them, or are they just kind of a head and shoulders above everybody else in the league? LSU and South Carolina.
Oh, no, I think Texas, they're the number 5 team in the country. I mean, South Carolina's what, 2? What is LSU? LSU was 5 when we played them. Have they gone to 3 or 4? 7? Yeah, I think on any given night. Like, you know, obviously what you look at when you talk about South Carolina is they just in waves. I mean, it doesn't stop, and it just is impressive what Don has done. I've said this for I don't know how many times now. When I played at Alabama in the 90s, there were 10 people in the stands in Columbia, South Carolina, and you go there now and you see what she's done. It's tremendous. And so she does have the ability to wear you down as it relates to just who she can put in and play and the options that she has. But LSU is elite in what they do, and so is Texas.
That it? All right, thank y'all.
Thank you.